Hi everybody, this is The Artist's Life and I'm Michael Steddum. And today I wanted to talk to you about a great adventure and how it always winds up with a bit of adversity as well. So my wife and I, we moved to Missouri 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago now. And we had a little house and we came down to fix up this house for a summer vacation. It was a terrible looking home. This is what it looked like in the beginning. It seemed like everything that we tried, there was adversity with it. The kitchen sink would plug up. Well, the way to fix that was to flush the toilet, and then that would suck the sink down, which then told me that there was no venting in this plumbing. So I had to run a new vent and redo the plumbing on the house and all that kind of stuff. The electric, the orange extension cords, that's what they had for wiring. You know, there was no such thing as inspections or something. I don't know what the deal was. And drywall screws were everywhere. Everything was put together with drywall screws. It was just terrible. But we fixed it up. It was a really gorgeous home and we sold it to somebody who really enjoyed it. Our backyard, it looked like this. And I took down those bushes on the right here and we had a clothesline. It was a bonus, you know. Then we made a garden back there and it became pretty tropical and lush, and it was something that my wife and I really enjoyed doing. And now we have a garden at our new house and it continues to grow every year, ever so slightly. There was a lot of adversity, but it was a great adventure and my wife and I really enjoyed it. Right now, I make great plans every year. I do Excel spreadsheets and I keep a positive attitude. So this year, my plans look like this. And pretty much everything in that video is true, except for the aliens invading. That didn't happen. And it's lighthearted, but this is how life works. You make your plans, and then reality sets in. I look at a house that's run down, that's just pure garbage, and I think, man, I should fix that thing up. But as I get older, I start thinking, man, somebody else ought to fix that thing up. This is how painting works too. You know, you start with a great idea and you start working on it, and then it takes forever to finish. You know, we thought we were going to finish that little cottage in a summer and sell it and go back to Wisconsin. It took a few years, and then after a few years since we were down here, my wife, she got a job at the college. You got a good deal on education, so we went to school and became college students. So that was our dorm house. And then when college was finally over, we sold it. But when you start something, it's going to be so easy. This painting, it's going to be easy. I was in November when I started it. I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I laid out all my colors and started my painting. And now this painting, I've just been battling with it. And you might say, oh, it's a good painting or whatever. And there's parts of it that are good and there's parts of it that are not good. And I'm fighting through that. I don't know how long it'll take me to finish, but it's a fight that I enjoy. So maybe it's an artist thing. You see something that's run down, an old beat up pickup truck, and you're like, oh, I can restore that. When I see somebody struggling, I always like to come alongside and see if I can help them. I get frustrated when they won't let me, but as I got older, I remain quiet now and I let them have their fun. You know, if they ask me for help, I'd give it, but it's not, I don't want to be one of those old men. They're like, you know what you should do? I tell you what I'd do if I was you. I don't want to do that. So I let people be. I enjoy it when people let me be too, because a lot of the things that I see that I want to do, a lot of other people would say, you're crazy. You can't do that. Being a full-time artist is that way. You know, when you're going to quit your job and you're going to go full-time, there's nobody who's going to encourage you on that. You know, maybe your spouse will. Everybody else, they're thinking, how are you going to earn money? It's like, well, I'm going to sell my pictures. Why would anybody want to buy your pictures? This is the nature of things. You know, if you're going to quit your job and open up your own company, oh, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And you gotta, you know, people are looking out for you. Nobody encourages you to take on a great adventure. They tell you what could happen. It's almost like it's a gatekeeper. I mean, that's their job, whether they know it or not. They're kind of a gatekeeper that keeps you from going to the next level. The level that's inside your heart, the direction that you really want to go, there's people who will always tell you, you shouldn't do that. You can't do that. Now, if you're going to jump off a bridge onto oncoming traffic on a freeway or something, yeah, I think you should listen to those people. Don't do that. But if it's something that you've always wanted to do, you want to be a full-time artist or something, figure out a way to do it. And, you jump off the cliff and you grow your wings on the way down, and you're going to get the daylight speed out of you. Nobody jumps off the cliff and it's just like, oh, look at me, soar. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of struggle. When I was younger, I was always looking for permission to live my dreams. So I would ask other people, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you think? And of course, they always told me I was crazy, and I wouldn't do that if I was you, that type of thing. I was almost looking for the art police. Some guy with a badge, and you come in, and I could fill out a permit, and then I would get my artist license. Because if you're caught practicing art without a license, they come in, kick down the door, and it could be scary. So, yeah. There's nobody to give you permission. It's your own self. It's just the courage inside. It will be your fondest memories when you look back. When I worked for the gallery, I would meet other artists that were way up here, and a lot of them have passed away by now, but they were nationally known artists, and I respected them so much. And one of them, Terry Redlin, he looked at me and looked at my work, and he said, man, you've got it made. You're in the midst of the adventure right now. He said, where I'm at right now, I know how things are going to go. I paint a picture, it's gone. People buy my artwork and stuff, but it's all brand new. You're in the adventure game right now. You don't know what's going to happen. And I thought that was weird, because I wanted to be, Terry Redlin and have it all, you just know, guaranteed. I wanted to reach that level. But now that I'm older, I understand that the adventure is so much fun. Well, that's all for today. I'm going to get back to my painting here. And until next time, happy creating, everybody.